Okay, in case in case I change my mind, I also record the one where I continue and see where it ends. Okay. Um, his hands kept just as busy, and the rest of my clothing is okay. We read that one. Where he undressed me, he caressed me with such languid strokes, like gentle brushes that skim along my skin. While his lips were rough, the longing and his touch was gentler in contrast. Is this what you imagine bringing me here for? How about you take a guess? The reaper nipped at the softest parts of my skin, and I cried out as he continued to mark me, as if he was staking his claim. My coat was long abandoned in his living room, but on the bedroom floor now lay my dress, my blouse, my habwa. Is it habwa? Habwa. I forgot how you read that already. My heart was in danger of entirely escaping, and he was pulling off the last shred of clothing that covered my breast. Game, is something the matter? I love this. Can I keep that? Can I keep that sprite, please? I've never done this before. I figured, considering you never took Felix as your lover. Alright, he abandoned his assault on my collarbone to kiss me again.
Don't speak of him while you're in my bed.
You are the one who bring him up first, but okay. His voice had a tinge of possessiveness that I had never heard from him before. The jealous type I could never have imagined.
Does that mean I can speak about him in other bed?
You did not. He glared at me, and the last piece of modesty I had covering my chest had disappeared as well.
You have a lot of nerve.
I love a bratty MC. Truly one of me. We are the same. Hello, bestie. We are the same again now. Yee. He punctuated each word with another bite against my skin. A soft trail of pink bites littered my skin, and I gasped as his lips latched on to one of my more sensitive areas.
That's why you like me, don't you?
His fingers made up for where his lips couldn't reach, and against my will, my gasp started to turn into quiet moans. What's the matter? Can talk back now?
You're such an ass. Know that?
It was difficult to insult him as my breathing grew more and more labored. He provided far more pleasure than irritants at this point. I had yet to ease all of my nerves, but he felt just right for this. He looked up and grinned at me, and I felt his knee gently rest between my legs. Don't, King! I whined his name, which naturally edged him on further. We can't do this all night, my dear. In fact, I think we shall. His head moved lower, and I held him back by his hair. Ouch! Sorry, but two things. Your horns. I looked down at where he was heading and then back at him. I am not headbutting you down there if that is what you're concerned. He was laughing softly, and I poked one of his horns. I felt stupid. He was right. But it was a natural fear in my defense. The other thing, I want you to take your clothes off too. It's not fair. I want to see you too. I was feeling vulnerable. The last thing I had left on was about to come off, and he was still entirely dressed. His tie was disheveled, thanks to me at least.
When you ask so cutely. But perhaps you should beg a little more.
Oh my, this guy. Bastard glasses man. That's a good one. Just you wait until I get my revenge on you. I'm not going to beg. We'll see about that. And as his head dipped lower, well, I truly did eat my words. Bastard man, stupid glasses idiot. For the first time in my life, I regretted not doing this while I was still alive. Game, are the walls soundproof? I was gasping as I asked, but it was bothering me. You're thinking about that now? After that performance? My, what lovely vocals you have. Yes? My dear, what do you think? I covered my mouth. He took both of my wrists and pinned them to the bed. Now, we can't have that. Sadist, you absolute ass. Weren't you asking to see it earlier? I looked down at his form, now entirely bereft of his clothing.
I've seen better.
Is that so?
I was close to Felix, wasn't I?
And that was the final nail in the coffin. While he was a gentleman for the first portion of the night, I woke up very, very sore in the morning. You taunted him. You wanted that. You knew what you were doing. I was so very groggy. Every bit of me felt like it had gone through boot camp. I don't think I was even able to bask in the so-called afterglow for long. Kim made sure that I was entirely spent for the duration of the entire night. He only had mercy on me when the sun was finally beginning to rise. By the time I managed to open my eyes, Kim was already awake and dressed. I glared at him. Ew.
My, what a sweet greeting.
I cannot feel anything between my legs or most of my body for that. I look under the sheet and gasp. My hips are black and blue. Oh my god, that sounds terrifying. It's not like anyone will see them but me. Possessive. So you're confident that you'll see them again? Frankly, I doubt I could ever move again. He was not demon-like. He was an entire demon. I was convinced they plucked him out of hell and disguised him as a reaper here. Naturally, you are mine now. You're so cocky. I shouldn't let you touch me again. He grinned and knelt on the mattress with one knee. With a finger under my chin, he tilted my face up and his eyes darkened with devious thoughts. Are you sure about that? Is that really what you desire? Or... I couldn't answer because his lips were kissing down my neck again and his tongue teased at all the love bites from our long night together. Just how are you so confident anyway? I did not imagine you would have been so, well, prepared. What were you expecting? I don't know. For you to be flustered? Or do you do this often? He harumphed, clearly offended at my question. This is extremely out of the ordinary for me, I assure you. I am not like you humans, who jump into bed at the slightest lure.
You jumped into bed with me.
I pointed out proudly, and he nipped at my ears. His smirk pleasant against my skin. An anomaly.
So that just makes me that sexy, right?
Ah, yes. Let us add temptress to your list of misdeeds.
Wait, you're not serious, are you? Afraid that it would add to my punishment, I started to punish him away in panic, but he caught my hands and kissed my palms. Of course not. It takes two to tango. I wouldn't increase my list of problems for a dalliance if it were a sin. I see. I went back to my first question since it was still bothering me. You weren't nervous at all? Not a bit. And that was it? No other thoughts on it? Should I have any? Am I the only one reading more into this than I should? Or was he being difficult on purpose? You shouldn't play with a maiden's heart like that. Oh, I'm no longer a maiden, am I? So, you really feel nothing at all? It was my first time, so sorry if I'm expecting something more from your end. He leaned in, an amused smile on his lips. Were you looking for a repeat performance? No, that's not what I was asking at all. But I wouldn't want to say no to that either. Well, shall we argue or be productive? You've just dressed. I can manage. He smirked as he loosened the belt on his trousers. Besides, you are still bereft of clothing. I am, but I was wondering something. I sat up in bed and let the sheet fall to my waist. He took no care to pretend that he wasn't ogling my front, but after everything we did together last night, it was difficult to feel shy around him. When aren't you? If this is out of the ordinary for you, how do you seem to know what you are doing? You were a bit messy while kissing me, but once you started to, well, you know, you seem to know exactly what to do. My kisses are messy. You're hitting his ego. He furrowed his eyebrow in consternation. We can improve on that. I said impatiently and nudged him. Now that the over was on the table, I decided that I want to take it after all. I suppose so. Well, it is a matter of technique that you learn from. He sat beside me and put an arm around my waist to draw me closer. Once upon a time, on a visit to the human realm, I put a hand to my mouth and gasped. You did it with a human? I feel like he might watch and wait and rip the soul out of one of them. Imagine, it would be crazy, no? Would you listen? He pinched my side and I yelped. I was with my brothers. We came upon the couple. Well, coupling. And then you watched them? He huffed impatiently, then pushed me down against the bed. You are terrible at listening to stories, dearest Siriusa. But no, I was curious and purchased a book on the matter that detailed such acts. Oh, okay. It's better than I imagined. And you remembered it all? I couldn't imagine him reading such a thing. I have. What is it called? A photographic memory. What is that? Perhaps we kept you in your purgatory a little too long. I pouted at him. Did you keep me there on purpose, Game? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? He chose to be infuriating at all times or just to drive me insane, didn't he? He chuckled against my ears, a low rumble that felt entirely too pleasant to be fair, and my skin was warming up again, as if anticipating him. Does it matter? Absolutely. His grin did not bode well for me. How about now? A finger dipped between my thighs and teased me in a way that should be illegal. Yes, my protests were pathetic. I sensed that it really doesn't, and that something else might be more important for you right now. You are terrible. I steadied myself by gripping his shoulder and parting my knees wider in weakness. My, you're being quite bold. And like the cruel man he was, he paused his ministration. I was appalled by this discourtesy. Came.
Be a good girl and ask nicely.
Just watch, Game. One day I will get my revenge and you will regret this. Please. Please what? Please, Game. Please continue what you are doing or else. The or else though. The threat. He was touching me everywhere but where I needed him to. His fingers went to an evil path in circles that drove me wild. You will be terribly frustrated all day? Yes, I admitted through gritted teeth. And what else? My mind went blank. Damn it.
I will be merciful. That lovely cry of yours is payment enough for right now.
There was a special place in hell just for him. I just knew it. I'd even go down there myself and make some arrangement if I had to. Yee! I finally done that. Okay, that is like a spicy part. I had to separate it from the rest. But yes, it was nice. If you are watching this part, then yes, you know that I enjoy this game. And it's just happened the demo, you all. I cannot believe how long it was. But yes, I probably will be playing the game. I mean, not probably. I had to play the game now once it's out. When it's out, right? Well, yes. Whether I will play it on stream or not, or if I'm going to record it once it's out, I'm not entirely sure yet. But if I do, you'll see. So do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.